Good afternoon, Suswagatam, Yogad, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, Central Chief Information Commissioner and President of NIPSI, National Federation of Information Commission in India, Shri Y.K. Sinhaji, Chief Information Commissioner of Tamil Nadu and Vice President of NIPSI, Shri Rajagopalji, our Chief Information Commissioner of Goa, Shri Satar, all delegates, chief commissioners of different states present before me, secretary and the secretary of my commission, staff, other delegates and friends. Welcome to all. Myself, Sanjay Dodikar, Goa State Information Commissioner. Extremely delighted to be here in front of you on the occasion of inauguration of 15th Special General Body Meeting of National Federation of Information Commissions in India. I am overwhelmed to welcome you all to this culturally and historically rich state that is Goa, one of the most literate and progressive state of India. Welcoming people, guests, dignitaries and all is an inseparable part of our Indian culture and our Goa's culture. It is with great pleasure that I request Shri Satar, Goa State Chief Information Commissioner, to welcome the gathering. Shri Satar is ex-former political leader and a former lawyer, practicing lawyer. He has been MLA of Priol constituency for 2 terms and also was Speaker of the Legislative Assembly for 1 term, Shri Satar, for his welcome speech.
Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, Central Chief Information Commissioner and President of National Federation of Information Commissioners in India, Shri Y.K. Sinha, Vice President of NFICI, Shri R. Rajagopal, my colleague Mr. Sanjay Dodikar, Chief Information Commissioners from different states and SIC representing states and my dear friends. I am delighted to welcome you all this NFICI meeting in the state of Goa. In fact, my predecessor, Mr. Tendulkar, had invited and agreed to host a meeting in Goa some 2 years back. However, it could not be possible due to the COVID pandemic situation. After the decline of COVID pandemic, when we assembled in Delhi in last month of June this year, it was decided to hold a meeting in Goa. I am thankful to the Board of Governors of NFICI for providing opportunity to us for hosting this meeting in Goa. Though Goa is a very small state in India in terms of geographical area, it carries vast spectrum of cultural practice. It is true that Goa is known for sun, sand and sea and popular for pristine beaches, temples, churches. However, there is also another aspect of unnoticeable Goa. Goa is blessed with heavy rainfall. Next after Cherrapunji of Meghalaya. Goa is also surrounded by 7 rivers and consists of 7 wildlife sanctuaries. You will amazed to hear that 30% of geographical area of Goa is covered with thick forest. Of course, Goa is bounded by Arabian Sea and protected with mountain range of Western Ghats. Coming to the point, NFICI is a body constituted in the year 2009. The main object of NFICI to facilitate coordination and mutual consultation among the Central Information Commission and the State Information Commissions to share the knowledge and experience for the better implementation of the RTI Act. Today, besides the Chief Information Commission, Delhi, 22 states are participating and representing the meeting. Our department is a very small department. With our limited resources, we try to provide the best available accommodation to the delegates as per the requirement of NFICI. since the International Film Festival of India is commencing from 20th of this month, Goa is flooded with the guests and tourists. As far as Goa State Information is concerned, this commission is consist of 2 members only, 1+1. After taking the charge in the March 2021, despite hurdle of COVID pandemic situation, we have managed to clear backlog cases. CM sir, today we are in comfortable position and predominantly dealing only with the running cases only. No backlog, no pendency. The commission is also uploading its judgments and orders on our website on daily basis. Dear friends, for the first time we are hosting such a big event in Goa. There might be some deficiency, so please bear with us. We also made arrangement for the field visit in various historic places and particularly to the interior Goa to have enough experience. I hope you will enjoy Goa and take the wonderful memories along with you. Once again, I welcome you all on behalf of Goa State Information Commission and on behalf of people of Goa. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Satar, our Chief Information Commissioner. A warm welcome is never complete without only words. Is never complete with only words. I request Reena to present a bouquet of flowers to Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant. Then I request Kavita to present a bouquet to Chief Information Commissioner of India, Shri Sinha. Sumita shall welcome with a bouquet of flowers Shri Rajagopalaji, Vice President of NFICI.
I request Sangeeta to offer floral to Vishnu sir. I request Leela to present flowers to Sanjay Govindra sir.
The Right to Information Act brought in India an important era of information disclosure. Information empowers citizens to get knowledge, to get official, authentic knowledge. Knowledge removes ignorance, just as light dispels darkness. That is why precisely in Indian tradition, any function begins with lighting of lamp. I request Dr. Pramod Sawant, Honorable Chief Minister and other dignitaries to do the honors of lighting the lamp. Thank you all. Goa has the honor of being the second state in the country after Tamil Nadu to pass the Right to Information Act. Goa Legislative Assembly passed the RTI Act on 31st July 1997, much before the Central Act came into force. However, some sections and provisions were objected by activists and also by media then, of which I am a proud member. I come from media background. Being in print as well as in the electronic media for about 3.5 decades, I could see the inception of RTI Act, the agitations for some unjustified provisions in the Act, then State Act, and the privileges given to citizen under the Act, and how the Act arrived and how the Act is being used since the inception. RTI Act was applicable to whole of India after the Parliament passed the Act in 2005, and subsequently state information commissions were set up in each state, and later NFICI, a parent body I would say of all state information commissions, was formed, and presently Shri Sinha ji is the president of NFICI. The host of this conference, National Federation of Information Commissions in India, NFICI, is under the able leadership of Shri Yashwardhan Kumar Sinha. Sir, we are honored to have you here among us. And now I request Shri Sinha to deliver a keynote address. Shri Sinha is an Indian diplomat who belongs to the Indian Foreign Service, former High Commissioner to United Kingdom and Sri Lanka, Indian Ambassador to Venezuela, and Consul General of India to Dubai. He was sworn in as Central Information Commission of India on 1st January 2019. Shri Sinha ji for keynote address.
Dr. Pramod Sawantji, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Rajgopal, Chief Information Commissioner of Tamil Nadu and Vice President of NFICI, Shri Satar, the Chief Information Commissioner of Goa, Sir Sanjay Jodekar, Information Commissioner of Goa, my distinguished colleagues, fellow Information Commissioners, Chief Information Commissioners of various states, members of the NFICI, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to this 15th meeting, the special general body meeting of the NFICI, held in the beautiful state of Goa and in this wonderful land. We are indeed very grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister for gracing this occasion to be with us at this inaugural function, which also shows the commitment that the state of Goa and of course the Information Commission of Goa have towards further strengthening the RTI regime and its effective implementation. If I may, on behalf of all the visiting CICs and ICs, also thank Shri Satar ji, the Chief Information Commissioner of Goa, and his colleague Shri Sanjay ji and all his other colleagues who have made it possible for NFICI to have this meeting in the beautiful city of Panjim. We are indeed very grateful to all of you for making it time to come for this meeting. As you're aware, the NFICI came into existence around 2010 based on a recommendation by a committee set up by the CIC after its annual convention of 2008. And since then we've had 15 meetings which afford us an opportunity to exchange views and to share best practices, to learn from each other, and of course to try and see how we can strengthen the implementation of this landmark legislation. This legislation is called the Sunshine Legislation because it empowers citizens to be well informed about the working of their government at various levels, at the centre, at the state, and at the lower levels too. So I think it's an extremely important piece of legislation which the Parliament of India enacted in 2005. And since then, we are now in the 17th year our existence as a commission, various commissions formed under the Act. And I'm happy to see that the enthusiasm of the people for the RTI Act has not diminished in any way, if I may say so, has even increased. And despite the challenges that we have faced, particularly during the pandemic, during COVID-19, I think all of us have managed to confront and overcome these challenges that were posed through various measures. If I may mention, sir, also through innovative measures, through the use of information technology, through use of technology available commonly, whether it was through video conferencing or whether it was just the use of the smartphone, which came to our assistance in hearing cases. Perhaps not the best way to hear a case, but when you are faced with a black swan event like the COVID-19 pandemic, you have to innovate. And I'm happy to state that a lot of commissions actually managed to use technology to overcome the problems being faced. We in the CIC were able to adapt quite quickly, and in fact, in the months of June and July of 2020, which was at the height of the pandemic, we were able to dispose of more cases than we did in the same corresponding period in 2019. It clearly shows that the commitment of not only the commissioners who are hearing the cases, but of the public authorities, the PIOs, the First Capital authorities, and most importantly, the citizens of India, the appellants, to strengthening this regime clearly prevailed over the challenges or problems that we were confronted. And since then, I think most commissions have been able to sort of hear cases, dispose of them, and try and reduce dependency. I'd like to compliment the Goa Information Commission for ensuring that there is no pendency. I wish I could claim that for the Central Information Commission too, but we are certainly heading in that direction. I recall when I took over on the 7th of November 2020, I think we had about 39,000 cases pending with us. Today we have less than 23,000, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we are trying to move in that direction, and I'm sure all colleagues in various state information commissions are endeavoring to do the same. And I think the pendency is a reflection not only of the work that accumulates, but more importantly of the interest that the public has taken in this sunshine legislation. The number of RTIs filed. Of course, you can argue that the number of RTIs filed also reflect the public authority's inability to disclose information. But I think that is something which is only, I would say, partially true, because a large number of public authorities under Section 41B of the RTI Act have been voluntarily disclosing information as required, perhaps not all the information required, but certainly most of the information required. And we in the Central Information Commission have a way of judging that through a third-party audit that is conducted every year. And the quarterly returns that public authorities are supposed to give to the Central Information Commission, I'm talking about the central public authorities, are compiled and put together annually in a report which the CIC presents before Parliament. In fact, just before I came here yesterday, I had seen the draft that we are going to be presenting, and it will be laid on the table of both Houses of Parliament during the winter session. So that report contains information on the disposal, on the number of RTIs received, but more importantly on how these public authorities are able to disclose information voluntarily as mandated by the Act. We are also making recommendations to public authorities on how to ensure, or how they can ensure, better implementation, more effective implementation of the Act. So I think while it is important, and while the legislation itself is among the most sort of talked about legislations that the Parliament has passed recently, it is entrusted on us as commissions, as commissioners who are responsible for the adjudication, for the second appeals and complaints, to ensure that what the Parliament had actually wanted in terms of transparency, accountability, a corruption-free government, what the government has been striving for, we as commissioners are able to try and ensure that information is delivered on time, and that information that should be revealed to the citizen under the Act is actually revealed to them, to the appellants, to the complainants, well, to the appellants in this case, the applicants. So I think it's important that we bear this in mind, and I think NFICI serves that purpose because we get together all the commissioners, commissions from various parts of the country, and we deliberate on the challenges, on the problems facing us, and then we try and adopt best practices that we pick up from the various commissions. And that helps us in streamlining our work, and also helps us in ensuring a timely delivery of information. Because the information is important. Armed with information, a citizen can then seek greater accountability, more justice for issues which involve grievance redressal. And I'm aware that the RTI Act is not meant to be a grievance redressal forum, but in effect, many a time, and I'm sure the state commission would bear me out because they really deal at the grassroots level, the very fact that a notice is sent by the commission itself serves as a grievance redressal mechanism. Perhaps an unintended consequence of the framers of the RTI Act. But having said that, I think we've all gathered here to try and exchange views on how we can better implement the Act, and at the same time share best practices that each one of us can take back and adopt in our respective commissions. With these words, I'd like to once again thank the Honourable Chief Minister for finding time to come and inaugurate this important conference and to address all of us. I'd like to especially thank Shri Satar and his colleagues for being a perfect host, for helping us to meet here and to deliberate under a very salubrious environment in your beautiful state of Goa. Thank you, and I'd like to wish all of you very successful and fruitful deliberations. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Overview presented by Shri Sinharji is very thoughtful and encouraging. We are honored to have among us Shri Krishna Salkar, MLA of Vasco constituency. I would like to request Nancy, Under Secretary, to welcome him with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, sir, for being with us for the inaugural session. Goa, a tiny state of hardly 15 to 16 lakh of population, entertains more than double of its population tourists coming all over the year. There is no off season, as we say now in Goa. Earlier we used to have monsoon as off season. Now hotels are always full with number of tourists. Our state was liberated 14 long years after India's independence in 1961. Goa officially became integral part. It was always integral part, but officially became integral part of India in the form of Union Territory. And in 1987 we became state. We attained statehood. In spite of missing 3 5-year plans of the central government, Goa has recovered from the backlog of development and has recorded enviable performance on most of the indicators. The person who is leading from the front the movement of progress is Dr. Pramod Sawant, the dynamic Chief Minister of Goa. He is on a mission of making our state a Swayambhurna Goa, part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, by focusing mainly on skill development and creating different new opportunities for the younger generation, for the people who are seeking newer opportunities. I now request Honorable Chief Minister to address the auspicious gathering assembled here for the inauguration of special NIPSI meeting. Please, Dr. Pramod Sawant for his speech.
Respected dignitaries on dais, Shri V.K. Sinha, Central Information Commission of India and the President of National Federation of the Information Commission in India. Shri R. Rajgopal, the Chief Information Commission of the Tamil Nadu and Vice President of the National Federation of Information Commission in India. Shri Vishwas Satar, Chief Information Commission of Goa. Shri Sanjay Dharekar, State Information Commission of Goa. CICS and SICS of the different states present here, the staff of Goa State Commission and officials and other dignitaries and my friends. Mr. Krishna Sarkar, the MLA of Goa State Legislative Assembly. I am glad to be addressing this August gathering, which I considered as an opportunity to interact with the highest hierarchy of one of the popular legislation, the Right to Information Act. I am more than happy to mention that even before the RTI Act came into the force, Goa had its own RTI Act. It is enacted in the year 1997. Subsequently, the Parliamentary passed the Right to Information Act in 2005, wherein the whole nation was brought under the era of information disclosure. Goa, as compared to the rest of India, was liberated late 14 years. However, in spite of the same, Goa has marched forward on the many fronts, including the RTI Act. Goa is only the state having the common civil code, giving equal right to every citizen irrespective of gender. This progressive law mandates the equal division of the income and property between the husband and wife and also between children. Every birth, marriage and death is a compulsory registered and nobody is allowed to practice the polygamy in the state. Goa, with the cultural and religious diversity, is a role model for the peaceful harmony living. That is the reason why we have been to achieve the speedy progress since the liberation. Infrastructure, skill development, industry, education, tourism, health, name any sector, I can tell you that my state is achieving the newer heights and with the unconditional support of the people of Goa to my government. We have been successful in opening the new windows of opportunities. One of such example is that Goa has a permanent center for the International Film Festival of India, the better known as IFFI. Late Sri Manohar Parrikar fought hard to bring this dream to Goa, and on coming Sunday, and we are about to have another edition of the IFFI, which opens the new horizons of the opportunities to Goan people. Coming to the Right to Information Act, and this Act aims to bring about the transparency and accountability in a public administration. The democracy requires an informed the citizenry and transparency of the informations. Also helps to curtail the corruptions by holding the public authorities accountability to citizens. At the same time, I believe that the Act has to be implemented in a balanced manner, so to see that the Act is neither misused nor underused, but shall be judicially used in the best interest of the state and the nation. While interpreting the Act liberally, the authorities shall also see that the public resources are not wasted in impractical demand. The Act is a powerful tool to disclosure of the various vital pieces of the information that will actually deter the corruption, nepotism, bias, etc., which factors on the whole cause loss to the nation on the various front of economics, competitiveness, etc. The culture of the disclosure shall be followed whether desirable, however restricted, whenever exempted, in the interest of the security and interest of the nation. I am happy and proud to say that we in Goa have the good and positive culture of voluntarily disclosure of the information which speaks a lot about the transparency in my government. As entrusted authorities, I would like to appeal to you that you judicially and in must manner to deliver the judgments and appeals so that in intention of the legislation, in implementation of the Act, it is achieved to the fullest. With this, I declare that the Special General Body meeting of the National Federation of the Information Commission in India is open. I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to interact with you and share my thoughts on an important topic of Right to Information Act. I wish you all the best, to also wish you the comfortable stay in Goa. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Goa.